Let's get this shit. Turn up, turn up, turn up.
If I had to break it down, the reasons why I stay awake. Number one's the endless cycle of the choices that I fake. Number five's a late night spiral, scrolling through my phone. And somewhere in the middle is the fear of being all alone. My calendar's a battle zone, my coffee's gone cold, and my dreams feel like a sweater that's unraveling with holes. It's like a freight train slamming on a rickety track, or a kite in a hurricane that won't come back. I'm stuck, I'm strung out, I'm a little offbeat, but I'm still tapping my feet. Yeah, I'm still tapping my feet. I'm gonna scream until my lungs give out. Live a little louder, make it count. I'll keep pushing till the walls come down. I won't let go, I won't back out. I'm gonna scream until my lungs give out. Live a little louder, make it count. I'll keep pushing till the walls come down. I won't let go, I won't back out. Got a letter from my landlord saying rent's overdue. And the fridge is humming louder than a midnight blues tune. I've been patching all the cracks with the roll of duct tape, but the walls are caving in and I can't escape. Every what if that I whisper goes into a roar. I'm a ship without a captain headed straight for the shore. It's like a parachute packed with a hole in the seams, or a firework fizzling before it gleams. I'm afraid I'm faded, I'm a little off key, but I'm still humming my dream. Yeah, I'm still humming my dreams. I'm gonna scream until my lungs give out. Live a little louder, make it count. I'll keep pushing till the walls come down. I won't let go, I won't back out. I'm gonna scream until my lungs give out. Live a little louder, make it count. I'll keep pushing till the walls come down. I won't let go, I won't back out. There's a spark in the chaos, a light in the haze, a rhythm in the madness of these tangled up days. I don't need perfection, just a second to breathe. A little bit of hope is all I really need. I'm gonna scream until my lungs give out. Live a little louder, make it count. I'll keep pushing till the walls come down. I won't let go, I won't back out. I'm gonna scream until my lungs give out. Live a little louder, make it count. I'll keep pushing till the walls come down. I won't let go, I won't back out. I'm gonna scream until my lungs give out. Live a little louder, make it count. I'll keep pushing till the walls come down. I won't let go, I won't back out.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show. My hair is a little bit crazy this morning, but that's all right because it's a beautiful Friday. Get your Piper shirts on because it's not just any old Friday where we're about to get into the weekend. It's a Payday Friday, and it's actually also an OPEX Friday, and it's also National Kool-Aid Day. So happy National Kool-Aid Day, happy Payday Friday, happy OPEX Day, and happy Friday in a general sense. I'm happy that you guys could join me right now at the crack of dawn. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good jazz to let everyone know we are live. But We're running a little bit behind schedule today, so I don't want to spend too much time on the preamble. So, with that in mind, let's just hop right into it. Let me do my job and prep you guys up for the market today. Nice recovery. The SPY almost at the high from yesterday. The Q's gapping up above the high from yesterday. Micron up 4% yesterday, up an additional 1% this morning. Netflix, that's a play that I'm paying attention to. I don't know many of you are that excited about it, but Bitcoin actually went up to 79,000. So we have a lot to chit chat about. But the TLDR is this: the bulls are back in town. Meat is back on the menu. Green is back in vogue. That's what you need to know. I know I got you guys just jacked up, and I forgot that this was the first story of the day, so my apologies, but I do have to start off today with a pretty negative piece of news. In terms of the world of news, this is probably the most important news of the day, because not only does it impact the markets, but it's global politics, and I know it's near and dear to everyone's heart. The end of Harry and Meghan's American dream. The UK return follows 6 years of Netflix deals, jam making, and controversy for the royal couple. You know, I know this is probably the thing that's on most of our minds today. I know most of you have been probably over the past 24 to 48 hours following this particular story feverishly, because as you know, nothing is more important in the world than what some estranged kind of important couple, but really they're failed celebrities and they were kind of part of the old monarch, which doesn't even really matter anymore. And then they thought because they're somewhat known that they could take their general assholery to social media, and then that didn't work because people just hate them. So here we are, folks. I know you're pouring one out for them. I know it's heavy on your minds. If you need to take a personal wellness today, obviously don't skip the show, but feel free to skip school. Feel free to skip your job. If you're going to maybe some important event today, it's okay to skip it, because this is heavy on all of our minds. This is devastating on various levels that they just couldn't make it happen in the United States. Do I think that this is equivalent to 1776, where we kicked out a bunch of English losers? Yeah, I do. I wouldn't say it's as important as 1776, but it's up there. Just getting the English dimwits out of the great American states. Harry and Meghan had big entertainment ambitions. Here's how it worked out. I read the article. You don't have to. Don't waste your time. It didn't work out. That's why they're leaving. It's because the general public, actually, it's not even him. They find her to be intolerable. I'm going to be honest. I haven't done a deep dive into the situation because I don't give a shit. But honestly, it seems like the generic opinion on the prince here, or I should say ex-prince, is actually pretty positive. It's more of, if I could draw like one of those cracked lines in between them, it's more because of her, and people just think she's completely fake. And if you watch any of the clips, it's because she is completely fake. I feel bad for their kids because they're going to grow up with a mom who's only seemingly using them for social media and clout, and she wasn't even good at that. So it's one of those things where I'm making fun of both of them, and at a certain point he has to be a little deranged because he did choose to marry her. He did choose to have kids with her, but it does seem as if just the general public cannot fucking stand her. So I guess good riddance. Like I said, that's the lead story of the day. I know you guys are devastated that we're no longer going to have Harry and Meghan in our own country. And for those of you watching from England, I guess you're probably stoked that they're coming back on your side of the pond. I don't know. I don't know if that's what you're about, but like I said, probably the biggest news story of the day, of the week, of the month, of the quarter, probably of the decade, dare I say it. I know we're only 6 years into the decade, but I have a feeling that this might be like when historians really put pen to paper and they try to articulate what happened in the 2020s. I have a feeling that the entire chapter is going to revolve around this. I really do believe that this is going to be the biggest story. Now on to less important stories that just definitely are probably not at the top of your mind. U.S. and Canada near final trade deal as Trump tariff deadline looms. The U.S. and Canada have yet to announce a final trade deal that will keep President Donald Trump's 50% tariffs from taking effect. if no deal is reached by 12:01 Saturday. So basically, they have today to figure it out. The tariffs on roughly $20 billion worth of Canadian imports will switch on. Trump's existing tariffs on imports in Canadian steel, aluminum, and lumber are reportedly a key sticking point, especially the lumber part. Actually, that's a lie. Steel and aluminum, the way the kind of transportation of automaking and how it works in the partnership with the US and Canada, it's actually a big deal. So the steel and aluminum part, especially with the emphasis on automaking, and then lumber for lumber needs. For example, how are the beavers going to build all of their dams? We need Canada for it. So that's why this is a big one. So not only are all US and Canadian citizens paying attention to, is this deal struck today? But I have it on good authority. I cannot reveal my sources that this is very big within the beaver community as well. Markets brush off Treasury's buyback plans. So recently, the market's been a little bit weird. When we found out on Wednesday that the U.S. government was going to be stepping in, buying longer dated bonds, the market went up, and then they said, we don't really believe you. You can see that even though we're talking about the 30-year bonds, you can see a nice pop in the 20-year, and then probably the most impactful is the 10-year yield in the world of business. This is what matters. You can see on Wednesday, yields went down, prices went up. Well, then fast forward to yesterday, where very quickly, everything was reverted. You had yield going up, you had bonds going down, and then fast forward today, we're already reverting that reversion. So we had a reversion of a reversion of a reversion. So that kind of tells me that the market doesn't really quite know what in the world is going on. Longer dated treasury yields hold steady after Besant's bond buyback rally fizzles out, which is a very fancy way to say no one knows what's up, brother. So fast forward today, or actually technically this morning, but also commentary from Besant yesterday. If you were paying attention at 11, right when I left stream, there was a weird pop that failed. That was because Besant was basically doubling down, saying, yeah, no, actually we are going to be buying even more. So here, give this a quick listen.
Anything that happens within a 24-hour period is noise. And, I think that once the market understands that we are focusing on fiscal consolidation and that we are trying to bring the market back into equilibrium in a thinly traded market.
So ignore the noise, Besant says. Modupe, at this point, how desperate is Scott Besant looking? I mean, there's a credibility question, is there not, when you see the bond rally actually not lasting that long?
So I think there is, of course, a credibility question. You can see that kind of playing out, I think, in the dollar and how the dollar is kind of moving. But I think the US comes at it from a position of strength that maybe other countries would really, really struggle to compete with. When you're talking about one of the most deep and most liquid kind of bond markets, the approach of the Treasury really does have a lot of weight. And I think you could see, at least from the initial announcement that was made about buybacks, the move in markets, that people are listening and they're looking at what the Treasury is doing. I think the challenge is that markets have maybe had some time to think about it and have realised that actually scaling up the buybacks doesn't necessarily tip the scales when you look at the scale of long-end issuance, but also the scale of the US deficit and where that's set to go. And I think that also reads across to lots of other kind of European countries. When we look at Germany, when we look at the UK, and when we look at France, these countries where we continue to see a kind of increase in deficits, we continue to see pressure around the fiscal situation. And I think that's something we're going to continue to see in markets, that trend play through.
And the dollar is weaker today. Marina, how does that impact European equities if the dollar is the pain point of all of this intervention?
Yeah. I mean, European, like I was saying, earnings have been really strong. Euro strength, dollar weakness, optically, if that continues, it will bring down our earnings growth because our earnings growth is in local currency terms. We estimate every 5% rally in euro dollar brings down European earnings growth annualized by about 2 percentage points. So it will just shift the direction. Also, if you look at earnings revisions breadth, very well tracked by investors, asset allocators, there is a very clear pattern. Every time dollar weakens, local currencies in Europe strengthen, we see the ratio of European earnings revisions breadth versus the US falling. So it kind of drives more inflows into the US. But then there's a question of, is this competitiveness? Is this a problem of competitiveness? We've done a lot of in-depth analysis bottom up. It's not. It's mostly just translation. So I think for investors, if you hedge FX, then probably US equities look more attractive. If you don't hedge in constant currency terms, actually Europe will come out stronger.
I know I very much appreciate that you guys probably stopped listening because I got really in the weeds and she said it in a boring way, but she's also right. Like, just because it was boring, just because she lost us, just because most of our minds, as soon as she brought up Britain, as soon as she brought up England, you probably got sad right away and you're started to daydream about the days that Harry and Meghan were here in the US. I get it. I'm there with you, but I implore you, find it deep within yourself to take that sadness, put it aside, and understand what she was saying. And she actually is right. Like, she was making some solid points that depending on how you hedge, the currency valuation, it does make equities in the US a little bit more enticing, to say the least. So I get it. You're sad. And she brought up the euro, and right away you're like, euro, I think England is in Europe because none of us in the US know geography at all. So you made that slight connection. And then I sense it. I felt you guys pull back from me in chat. I can feel the emotions, the speed in chat, the tonality in chat. I understand you guys pulled back. As soon as she said euro, you thought Europe. As soon as you thought Europe, you thought England. As soon as you thought England, you thought about the Queen. As soon as you thought about the Queen, you thought about her funeral. Then when you thought about her funeral, you thought about her family. Then when you thought about her family, you thought about all of the strife that is going on and how just unfortunately Harry and Meghan are no longer here. I get it. I'm human. Piper gets it. She's a cat. We all get it, man. And I think just together, we can probably make it through this. But if you need to give it another listen, if you need to give it a rewind, you probably should, because she did make a very valid point. Vicente says there's a very good chance U.S. budget deficit Trump has peaked. I'm going to call no on that one. No, I don't think there's a very good chance the U.S. budget deficit under Trump has peaked. And do you want to know why I say that? Regardless of the president, it's because our deficit and our total debt seemingly have no limit. It's a Lindsay Lohan type of thing. It's just, there's no limit. Absolutely no limit. So once again, this isn't against Becent. This isn't against Trump. It's my general disdain for U.S. politics and monetary policy in a general sense, where they treat printing money and using tax dollars as just the way a drunken sailor would going to the tip bar for the first time after a long sea voyage. So it's more of just how the U.S. approaches money. That's my general issue. So to call it a very good chance that the deficit has peaked, I'm going to say no to that one. I'm 100% going to say no to that. And just to be very clear, I'd say that with any president at any moment in time, because that's how things go. Because our government, it's kind of weird when they know at most they per administration, at two terms you could have. So they just want to make themselves look good and kind of kick the can down the road for the next person. So if they can spend money to get themselves votes, to get their party votes, to make themselves look good, they're going to do it. And then they don't care if they're creating a bigger problem for later because it's no longer their problem. So that's really my issue with this, is just for an individual administration to be fiscally responsible, there's no incentive. There's just no incentive whatsoever. So kind of my issue, but it is interesting that that's coming up, especially as we're seeing Bitcoin pop. Because remember, the whole pitch of Bitcoin is a better place to store your value, to store your hard-earned money, to store all that energy you put into work. The whole point of Bitcoin, that's the pitch of it, is a way to get out of the US dollar fiat system. And I guess timely that we just exploded from 62,000 all the way to 79,000, currently trading at 76, which means in the past 1, 2, 3, 4-ish trading days, at the peak it was up 26%. Now we're up 22%. So for all of you in the audience who have been just hodling onto your Bitcoin, congrats to you. For all of you who have just, I guess, got into IBIT, BITX, calls, something like that, congrats to you. To those of you playing this with MicroStrategy, well, kind of congrats, but I still think that you're playing it wrong. I hope you make money. I'm not rooting against you, but MicroStrategy MSTR is definitely the weakest play. It's the silliest idea to be bullish on Bitcoin. The silliest way to represent your idea of being bullish on Bitcoin is through MicroStrategy. I am bullish on Bitcoin, but I don't even think this is opinionated. I think anyone who takes the time to look at any of the math of anything, you'll realize if you're bullish on MicroStrategy, It's a unique thing where you have to be bullish on his treasury strategy for probably small periods of the time. But beyond that, if you like Bitcoin, you should be in Bitcoin. If you want leverage Bitcoin, go look at leverage ETFs. If you want more leverage, go look at options. If you want a different type of leverage, look at the futures market. There's a million gazillion ways to play Bitcoin and be bullish at any degree of leverage without being in MicroStrategy. So I think it's a very weak argument. Obviously, if you're in it, I know a lot of people got trapped into it. I'm still rooting for you. I don't want it to fail, but at a certain point, you have to consider the reasonable risks of it. So Bitcoin is up. It's a little bit maybe because of the treasury and people realizing that the US dollar fiat system is kind of bullshit, but it's more so because of the Clarity Act. So this is going to be voted on in mid-September. And the TLDR of it is just that right here. Investor sentiment improved further on Thursday due to the last-ditch push to pass the Clarity Act. Once again, not a political expert, but if I had to summarize the Clarity Act, it basically means that the U.S. government will be buying Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin has a limited supply. When you have a limited supply and increased demand, the price goes up. The equilibrium point between the two is price. So limited supply, increased demand, price has to go up. It doesn't really have too much to go with the other happenings. But remember, for those of you who are disciples of the 4-year cycle church in Bitcoin, I need you to know that the technical bottom of the 4-year cycle is October 4th. So really between mid-September, well, let's just call it the start of September and the start of October, there's various things going on that maybe suggest that the bottom has been seen. Now, is that 100% guaranteed? I don't know. I'll tell you better in 4 years to know if the 4-year cycle played out. But I just want to let you know right now, there is clear positive sentiment behind Bitcoin, and for good reason. It is ripping. It has a lot of distance to go to get back to the all-time high, trading at 76. The all-time high is 126. The recent low is 57. So I'd like this breakout of 82. I'd like this breakout of 97. Sitting above 100 would make me feel a lot more comfortable. But like I said, I don't actively trade Bitcoin. I'm invested in it. I've been invested in it for years. I have Bitcoin. I'm just sitting on them. And most of the time, I forget how to log into my wallet to see what's going on. That's how like I just don't really check it that often. All right, diving into today specifically, I want you to know at 9:45, we're going to be getting the manufacturing and service PMI. So that is coming out today. Once again, 9:45. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, U.S. President Trump will be speaking. It's either going to be an update on what's going on in Iran, or it's going to be an update of what's happening with Canada and the tariff deal. Does anyone actually know this off the top of their head? This just got put on the schedule today. So you guys in the audience, could you help me out? Do you know what the topic of the speech is today? If I had to guess, and I'm guessing with high accuracy, that it's either an update on Iran or Canada. I have a feeling this is going to be on Canada. So before you guys tell me, my guess is that it's going to be President Trump talking about whatever the tariff deal is with Canada. But does anyone know? Does anyone know? Of course, he's waiting till Friday night. I assume he's waiting till Friday night because that's when the deal, the current, we'll call it economic ceasefire with Canada actually ends. So I have a feeling that's what about. But does anyone see America 250? Don't know what that means. Does anyone? Well, I'm sure someone will figure it out. But just so you guys know, after the market closes today, President Trump will be speaking. We're still in earnings season. Nothing too exciting happened today. But in terms of individual stocks, I want you guys to know, even though it didn't have earnings, I got screwed. Folks, for those of you in Discord, for those of you Hawkeye paying attention on stream, you know that I have calls on Micron. You know that mid-August has started to pick back up. I punted calls to go for this upside gap fill at 1,124, and I just got bodied. You know, you could do as much fundamental analysis, systematic research, options analysis. You could be looking at astrology, moon cycles. You can do everything possible to make a right decision in the market, but there is one force you cannot overcome, and I just ran into a brick wall. Everything aligned for me on Micron. Everything aligned for me on Micron. I punted calls on MU, and I just found out yesterday that there's just some forces in this world you cannot beat. And I ran into one of them, and this particular one, his name is Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer hyping up Micron, visiting, I believe, the Idaho factory, saying that it could double in whatever amount of time, coming in real bullish on it. And of course, it's right when I have calls. So we're going to have to, it's not technically a loss yet, but I think we're going to have to write that one off as a loss. If you haven't already, don't forget to sign up for the newsletter. It is 100% free. Comes to your email inbox every single Sunday. I give you a breakdown of the market, cheat sheet for earnings, cheat sheet for all the major macroeconomic events. And for my day traders, the most useful thing is the seasonality of each day, where I need you to know today historically, sometimes it's won by the Bulls, sometimes it's won by the Bears, and it effectively nets out to being neutral. So there's no strong seasonal cue for today specifically, just so everyone knows. All right, let's get back to the market. We're going to be opening in 1 minute. Just so you know, it is OPEX, so you're going to have morning expiration, which is why the spot gamma map kind of jumps, because there is options expiration this morning, and you can see this pocket of negative gamma, people betting on us going sub 7,600. That's about to expire, and the pocket gets a lot smaller. So there's negative gamma from 7,675 all the way down to 7,620. Above it, some positive gamma, and then a little pocket of negative gamma from 7,710 to 7,730. This I do expect to change, especially at market open. So we're going to be patient, or ideally we're going to be patient and wait for the market to open to see what's really going on today. Of course, we're going to be looking at the large player positioning. We're going to be looking at the skew of everything. So we're paying attention. I'm going to try to do my best and not really be doing any trades out of the gate, but we're going to see how it plays out.
Dingity ding ding ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun.
Folks, it is Friday, which means it is a payday Friday. We're giving away cash. We're giving away TPT accounts. We're giving away Vanquish accounts. We're giving away 10 different prop accounts, 5 for futures, 5 for options, and we're also giving away some cold, hard cash. This is free for all of you to enter. If you are watching this, if you are listening to this, if you are feeling this, and you want a shot at one of these freebies, there's no gotcha. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. It is pinned to the top of chat. It is in the description of the video, or you could go directly to my Twitter page. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. If you do those 3 simple steps, you will be in the raffle. That's all you have to do. Like, retweet, and follow. So we're giving away some cash. We're giving away some prop accounts. We're giving away more prop accounts, 5 for futures, 5 for options. The 5 for futures, TPT. Yes, I am trading TPT accounts. Let me show you that right here. My TPTs are actually about to be passed. I just need to do a little scalp trade. 53, 53, 53, 53, 53. So I just need one more day to pass. So as long as I don't blow these out today, I'm going to be trading on 5 funded TPT accounts next week. Knock on wood. But I want you to know the 50% off deal is ending today. And you guys might be confused because you're like, Matt, you just got those TPT accounts. How did you already pass them? Well, they just updated it. Instead of 5 days to pass, it's now only 3 days to pass. So 3 days to pass the eval. And in celebration of that new announcement, they're doing a 50% off deal instead of their normal 30 or 40. And this is the last day of it. If you want a TPT account, if you want another one, if you want to buy your first one, if you were ever interested just financially, I want you to know that this is the day to do it. Code Goonie will get you that 50% off code. There's no activation fee. The deal ends today. It is today. Final day. So TPT, go to the website, use code Goonie. It's also in the description of the video. Also, shout out to Vanquish. This is sim funded option trading. I know we have some option traders in here. Code Goonie, currently 20% off, and there's also no activation fee. All right, we're going to be coming back to the map pretty regularly this morning to see how it switches up. This is a bit of a bearish setup when you have positive gamma above, negative gamma below, especially if you start to slip into this. I would love to see the test and the break of 7,700 because that does set up an interesting move to 7,725, 7,730. But obviously, we're going to wait and see how things shape up this morning. Let me reload this just so we can see the options flow out of the gate. I don't put that much weight on this initial data. We're only 2 minutes into the day, so we'll circle back to that. Right now, Bitcoin overall strong. First opening minutes a little rough. Same thing. Actually, everything's having a little bit of a rough opening. If you played the downside gap fill on QQQ, you already hit it. It only took like 10 seconds for you guys to hit that downside gap fill. So if that was your play, we did already hit the downside gap fill. Congrats on that. If you're looking at the ES contract, this is the S&P 500 futures contract. 1 minute, failed breakout, that is bearish. 5-minute failed to hold, that's bearish. 10-minute is testing right now. 30-minute is retesting, trying to hold bullish, but we're going to see. Actually, this setup here, I don't know if it will happen, but just from a stats perspective, this pop in pre-market trading and then the test of the 30-minute cloud out of the gate, if it breaks that high, if we put in a higher low where we previously saw support, that is a very bullish signal. Now, when I say it's a very bullish signal, do I mean that you're supposed to go get the third mortgage on your house, plunder your kid's college fund and punt it long today? No, I'm just letting you know that the setup generally favors the bulls more than it does the bears. Is it a guarantee? No, of course you always have to have your risk management, but I'm just letting you know this pop, this retest at previous support at the EMA cloud on the 30-minute on a Friday, if this holds and we start to break and push this basically the opening high, that is a bullish setup. Looking at the NASDAQ, the 1-minute is bearish. The 5-minute tried to go back bullish, got smacked. 10-minute cracking down. 30-minute is in that same territory of, is it testing for a higher low? See right here, resistance, resistance, resistance. Will resistance turn into support? That's what we're here to watch this morning. What's that cloud call? I think there's various names for cloud. You could have a cumulus cloud, which is the big fluffy ones. You could have a stratus cloud, which I think is like the stormy ones. I forget it. I remember it was in 6th grade that I learned all the different cloud names, and I think there's like a lot of them. Here, let's look it up just because you're asking. Cloud types. Okay, 10 basic clouds. Fuck, there's 10. Cirrus, those are those little wispy ones. Cirrocumulus, I guess a little bit less. Jesus. Cirrostratus, so it's the same ones, just I guess higher up in the sky. Oh my God, mid-level. Altocumulus, all right, so they're lower in the stratosphere. Altostratus, Jesus, they were very lazy when they learned these. Nimbostratus, okay, those are kind of stormy. These were the ones that I was thinking of. Cumulus, those are the cool ones. Those are a little scary. That actually looks like a storm. These are stormy ones too. Stratocumulus, and then stratus is straight up storm. So there you go. I think we all learned something. 10 basic forms of clouds. It feels like they just took the part of the name and just kind of mixed them, but I think it's a little lazy, but that's me. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Don't yell at me about it. It just feels like they could have been a bit more creative when they came up. They could have named one of them Jeff. No one would have stopped them, and yet they didn't. They could have named Pork Chop, could have been the name for a legitimate cloud, but it's just my never-ending fight with the meteorology community that they're kind of lazy when it comes to naming. They could have anything. It could have been Hawkeye 8000 could have been the name of one of them, and instead they said, what do we name the other one? And then they just slightly changed it, and they said, great, I'm going on a lunch break. So feels lazy. Feels incredibly lazy, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. You can't get mad at me for my opinion. I have a lot of opinions that you could get mad at me for, but you're not supposed to, because opinions, we're all entitled to our own opinion. For example, my opinion on today, for those of you who didn't know, it is National Kool-Aid Day. My opinion is that's pretty cool. Didn't even know we had a National Kool-Aid Day. But if you don't believe me, look it up. It is, in fact, National Kool-Aid Day. And it's also National Brazilian Blowout Day. I feel like that one was recently made up, and we probably don't need a national holiday for Brazilian blowouts. But if any of you in the audience feel the unbearable urge to get a Brazilian blowout today, that's probably why. It is the national holiday for Brazilian blowouts. So if you woke up this morning and you're like, why do I want a Brazilian blowout? It's probably because the Brazilian blowout monster visited you in your sleep last night and got the opinion in your mind that you need one today. I've blown another Apex yesterday. Feels like shit. Well, you can fix it by getting a Brazilian blowout today. And I know you guys think I'm making this up. Trust me, I am not creative enough to make this up. That particular one, it's so crazy that it did not just randomly generate in my mind. Like, you're probably sitting there and be like, dude, I'm not going to look it up. Matt's screwing with me. I'm not. You've been here. You guys know me. You know me. I know you. We have this parasocial relationship going on. You guys know when I can come up with a cool joke versus not. if I just don't have the comedic creativity to come up with a joke at that level. It legitimately is National Kool-Aid Day. It is legitimately Brazilian Blowout Day. Like I don't have the creativity. So look it up, and I'm not joshing you. Someone in chat, please confirm that I am in fact not joshing you. Or you don't have to. You could just honestly save yourself some time and believe what I'm saying, because I'm trying to tell you the truth. There's things that I joke about, but that's not one. One prop firm delayed my payout for 3 weeks, and now I've blown 4 evals in a single day, and I'm done for this month. Dude, I like on my tilt days, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. On my bad days, I wish I only blew out 4 evals. There's tilt days where I blow out 40 evals that day. I'm trying to think of my worst day ever. I think my worst day ever, I blew out over 80 evals. Like that in one day. So I'm not laughing at you at all. That would be really mean. We should never make fun of people who are trading. Like what goes around comes around. I very much believe in the cosmic karma of trading. I believe that's a thing. I'm not laughing at you. But I chuckled because I wish 4 evals blown out was my like bad day. That was a while ago. I lived in my previous place, but I remember one day I blew out 80 evals in one day because I just bought groups of 20 and I blew out 4 times in a row. It happens, dude. It happens. S&P 500 diving. Mag 7 kind of got hit, but kind of going flat. NASDAQ kind of trending down. If you're trading right now, be careful. It might be a double bottom low. You might be able to catch this. That's not the craziest thing. I actually don't hate it. I just want you to be a little bit careful because we're about to get the PMI numbers. So at 9:45, there is going to be a data drop. So just if you're playing the setup now and you're risking that low, it's not like unheard of that it might wick you out and then go. If you're attempting to catch this falling knife. And then, of course, you wouldn't want to be short right now because by definition, you're chasing. Not long ago, we were 130 points higher. And to chase that now, that's a little silly. So I just want, hey, just a warning. I'm not your mom. Do whatever you want with your money. But if you're trying to not get caught up in the 50-50 chance of being on the right side of a data drop, there is a PMI data drop at 9:45 this morning. So that's in like 5 minutes. So if you're in a position, good luck. If you're trying to make a position, maybe have a bit of patience. If you think, nah, man, I'm going to trade what I want and you can't stop me, you're right. You can trade whatever you want. And I, in fact, cannot stop you. So I do just wish you the best of luck. I just wanted to do my job and put it on your radar. That's what I get paid the big bucks for. Bro, I got the Ross earnings and my opinion was right. Option was so bad and I'm still making me lose. Sorry to hear that. Salutes. I'm in a bullish position at the bottom. See you in Brokeville. I hope we see each other in Richville today, brother. Folks, if you haven't already, don't forget to, well, first of all, can you like the stream? The more engagement in stream, whether you're watching on Rumble or YouTube, it really does help me out. So if you enjoy this content, or even if you hate this content, teach me a lesson by hitting that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And trust me, if you're doing it out of anger, I know, and you will teach me a lesson. So don't forget to like, don't forget to whatever, turn on your notifications, say hi to a friend in chat. And as you're doing that, and once again, that's all free, don't forget to like, retweet, and follow. That's today's giveaway. It is Friday, TGIF. Happy Payday Friday. We're celebrating. Like, retweet, and follow. We're giving away 5 TPT accounts. We're giving away 5 Vanquish accounts. Shout out to TPT and Vanquish. Code Goonie on both of those. And we're also giving away some cold, hard cash. So, if you want to get in the giveaway, awesome. I don't know why you would not want to be in the giveaway because it is free money to someone. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. But hey, maybe you just don't want to do it because you're really, really sad about Harry and Meghan leaving the U.S. because they had a failed celebrity career and now they're forced to go back home to the U.K. where I don't even think they like them. Actually, in the audience, does anyone in the audience... Like, are you from the UK? Do we have anyone representing England in here? Or Britain, or the United Kingdom, or maybe Europe in general, but I prefer we go smaller than Europe. I want someone who cares about England. Do we have any England people in here? I'm English. They're irrelevant, but are you from England? I'm technically part English, but I can't speak about it. Do we have anyone from England? I'm from the UK, and they are a total waste of news. So it's your problem now. I was in the UK once. All right, well, we need to talk to you. Yeah, I'm from Somerset. That's how you speak it. I speak English. Well, if you speak English, I think you are able to speak on this subject. What's the deal? Okay, for the homegrown people in England, do you guys still like Harry and dislike Meghan? Do you dislike both of them? Does the general person just not give a shit? What's the vibe in England? Like, if we were on the streets in England right now, beyond the fact that we would all have shitty teeth and be eating horrible food in a very rainy environment, beyond all of that, what's boots on the ground opinion? Boots on the ground opinion of both Harry and Meghan. Both are twats. Nobody cares about them. That's pretty much the vibe here. But what's interesting about their failed media career is they thought everyone cared about them. They kind of lizard people, probably. I don't even know, because I would at least make an interesting show if they were lizard people, like the insights to a lizard person. I'd watch that show. It just seems as that they're like incredibly fucking bland, and they like just so badly want to be famous. You know, they want to be Princess Diana with all that swag, but they have no swag. You know, MM is hot AF. Yeah, but she has the personality of a fucking doorknob, apparently. Not that I've ever met her. As an American, I never gave a fuck about those two. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Okay, SPY catching a little bit of a bid, not the NASDAQ. We're about to get this data drop. Let me fast forward. Maybe they'll give us our boy Rick.
Since Monday.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely
strategies riding that wave.
for sure.
Yeah.
And no, it was obviously, you know, you had
All right, a little bit of a pop,
kind of
a little bit of a pippity pop.
volatility in there. It kind of was coiling in the 60s for a very long time. So I don't know how far this one projects in terms of Bitcoin itself. But yeah.
People were offsides apparently going into
Yeah.
the White House meeting. You know, President Trump met with the heads of Bitcoin, which sparked
Give
some
us Rick.
excitement.
Give us Rick or
You
give
know,
us
you'll get
death.
something no matter what, whether we get the Clarity Act or not. CFTC is very focused on it.
Right, and then, you know, coming out in favor of Hyperliquid, which is like basically this sort of workaround to be able to trade everything on this crypto-ish platform. So, you know, the news flow helped, but we'll see. If ultimately the industry needs the Clarity Act to pass, then I don't know that this is going to be have a lot of life to it.
Yes. Mike, thanks.
All right.
See you in a bit. Mike Santoli. Let's get to Rick Santelli
Yes,
with some
Rick.
PMIs. Morning, Rick.
Rick.
Good morning, Carl. Yes, these are August preliminary S&P Global PMIs. All three, manufacturing, service, composite. In a couple weeks, they'll get fine-tuned a bit. We're expecting a number just below 54 in the headline. Comes in a bit lower than that, 53.2, a bit of a miss there. Sequentially following 53.9's
Rick,
final
save
read
us.
for July, so it is a bit lower, obviously, but it's still a pretty good number. It's an expansion territory. It would be the weakest going back to March of this year when we're at 52.3. We haven't been below 50 in contraction mode in this one since July of last year, 1 year. So that's a good thing. Manufacturing renaissance still seems to be rather healthy in much of the data. We look at the service side, different to manufacturing, much better than expectations. Comes in at a whopping 56.8. That is a strong number, and that would equal where we were in March of 22. March of 22. To find a higher number than that, you're going back a ways. It's hard to have history on the S&P Globals. Suffice it to say, very strong service number. And on the composite, also strong, 56.0.
I just needed
that
a
would be
little
the
scalp
strongest
trade to
since
pass all of
March
these.
of 22 when it was at 58.
just past all
so
the
we see
TPTs.
multi-year highs in services and composites. Interest rates moving up a bit. They seem to coordinate with the up move in the equities, reversing yesterday's red. We do see that crude oil is virtually steady, and that has been a big driver of higher rates, but it is up in futures roughly $5 a week, depending on which futures contract you're looking at. As we hover right now at 472 in a 10-year, that would be up 1 on the day, up 3 on the week, and Squawk on the Street will return after a short break.
Return after a short break. All right, I just took, well, you guys saw the trade, just a little bit of a pop. You could see my entry, you could see my exit. I was just trying to get all of these officially above 53. I needed to log in one more trading day. If you wanted to know the actual trade, it was just this little range breakout. I saw the previous minute high, which was the data print high, and I figured if it could continue, I could at least get 1 or 2 points, and that's exactly what I did. Really small profit target, just a quick little scalp to get my accounts pass across the finish line. So I think I'm officially good. So this account, I needed 3,026, so I did that one. What about this one? 3,026. Okay, I did that one. 3,026. Okay, did that one. Let me just double check all of these. 3,016 did that one. I just want to make sure I passed all of the numbers that I needed. 3,012. So I did that one. So let me just double check. 59, 38, 64, 38, 58. Okay, so good. I passed all 5. So all 5 TPPs officially passed. I believe today is the 3rd trading day, which means, yeah, it is officially the 3rd trading day. You guys just saw that it was 2 out of 3, and obviously today didn't load in. So as of next week, we'll have 5 new funded accounts with TPT. And just to save myself from myself, like doing something silly, I'm going to disconnect TPT, but I just want you to know all 5 of those were passed. So we're going to be trading with TPT funded next week. So awesome. I love this 3-day pass. I absolutely love this 3-day pass. Just trying to disconnect there. And then we're going to make sure my trade copier, which I've been battling out lately, is set up properly. Okay. Is this ever going to, okay. It finally just disconnected. Finally just disconnected. So let's move that one up. Let's move this one up. Let's move this one up. All right. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Hang on. Let me just double check something. I'm the largest, best day trading streamer in the world. I just passed some evals and no one on stream gave me congrats. Is that rude? Sorry. I just noticed a lack of talk there on stream. Yeah, a little rude, especially if passing the evals was something you were actively working toward on stream and the regulars knew it mattered to you. Not these people are assholes rude, but more like noticeable lack of acknowledgement in a trading community. Passing an eval is an obvious little win, even a quick W. Congrats, a nice job is pretty standard. That said, live stream chat is weird. Many people have been focused on their own trades, missed the moment, assumed you passed them all fine, and not just realized you really cared about the milestone. It wouldn't read too much into it unless you specifically announced something like, boys, we passed, and chat just completely ignored you. And if they did completely ignore you, ban everyone. Rebuild from zero. Piper becomes head mod. What? What? And if they completely ignore you, ban everyone. Rebuild from zero, and Piper becomes head mod. Well, you heard it, folks. You're on fucking watch. One more time. It's not me, it's AI, folks. It's all you guys. It's you're the problem. You're the problem. It is rude. Even if I said, boys, we passed. Good to know. I just wanted to make sure. Passing evals doesn't put any cash in your pocket. Well, your lack of acknowledgement is going to get you permabanned from stream. That's what you want to hear. If that, everyone, it's been nice on you folks. We had a good run, but it's time I start fresh. It is time that I move on with my life. It's not me, it's you. I've outgrown you. See, you guys are stuck in the mud. You're just stuck in your ways. You're not growing. You're not allowing me to be the flower I could be and flourish as a streamer, as a trader. You guys are holding me back. I didn't want to say this for a while, ever since I came back from paternity leave, but I've realized that you guys are holding me back. And maybe it's going to be a painful breakup, obviously, and especially when you realize that it's you, not me. But I just want you to know that we had a fun time. We had a good run, but I think we just need to. I think we should all cut our losses. It's probably going to be more painful for you than it is for me, but I think it's time. I think it's time that we all see new communities. It's time for you to see a new streamer. It's time for me to experience a new community. And I think we're going to be better for it. I do. Yeah, I got Matt muted too. You're in here and you have me muted. You're like watching the stream and you have me muted. Let a guy be the best guest ever on Tradeify TV and he gets a big head. Dude, born with it. Ask my mom. Did Megan hurt you in your flat? Dude, you guys are pushing the envelope today. Stream peaked when Cher was in charge of the show. You guys don't even like me for me anymore. Just admit it. Just admit it. You've been cheating on me with other streamers. All those late night meetings, all those business trips, all those, sorry, Matt, I haven't been able to tune into the show. I've been busy. I know you haven't been busy. You've been fucking cheating on me. Just admit it. Just admit it. You guys are poly viewers. I get it. I'm not the spring chicken I used to be when you first came to this stream. I'm a little older. I'm a little fatter. I'm a little less funny. And you're probably just looking for a little side action. It's hurtful, though. It's really, really hurtful. I thought we had a relationship. I thought it was as strong as animanium. If that is that supposed to be the strongest thing in the universe? Whatever the strongest thing in the universe is, I thought that's what we had. I know our relationship's gone through ups and downs, mainly a lot more downs than ups. But Jesus, just to throw me to the side like that. I watch every day. Today's the first day you were back on the top of my YouTube since maternity leave. You're getting there. And you're also calling me a girl, which is hurtful. I don't think, is that actually wrong of me to say that it's hurtful to be called a girl? Like, remember when you were growing up, like whatever, 16, 17, 18, and like the worst thing ever was to be called a girl? Is that now, like, if we think that's hurtful, is now that like actually wrong? Is that like a bad thing? LMAO, fatter. Dude, I'm the fattest I've ever been. Folks, maybe the camera is not showing it. Your boy's a little pudgy. I'm talking, you guys shouldn't call me Matt anymore. You shouldn't call me tripod. You shouldn't call me horse boy. You call me Pillsbury Doughboy. Like, I honestly think we need to like update the name you guys call me. You can't call me a young Brad Pitt. You can't call me a smarter Warren Buffett. I think we need to update it to Pillsbury Doughboy. I think we need to, it's not even thick anymore. Thick was cool when I had like Quadzilla-like legs. Like anytime I went into an Asian country, they got scared from those thighs. This is bad, dude. I'm like a little porky boy right now. So if you guys want to internet bully me into losing weight, I'm honestly not against it. I think I need that in my life. Camera adds 10 pounds where it counts. No, you can't call me tripod anymore. Even that on a relative basis is not as impressive as it used to be, you know? A shorter Peter Dinklage. Piggy, come here, piggy. Yeah, that's how I feel in my life. I tried running a mile yesterday and I finished the mile, but they also like the local animal control had to call in. They had a phone in for a fucking beached whale. We're like, we don't know what this rolling meatball is doing on our street, but seriously. Matt Kohrs, fat guy in a little jacket. Feels it. Is that why I felt the earth shaking? Dude, seriously. Ran it in sub 1 hour. What was my time? Let me see my time for my mile. ChatGPT says I shouldn't be running at all because I need to let my tendons and my ligaments catching up. My mile pace yesterday was 7:50. So I ran a mile in 7:50. But that was just 1 mile. My mile time really slows down when I do a 5K. And then this other time on Sunday, I ran 4 miles. So I ran 4 miles, 1 mile, 1 mile. I ran 3.1 miles and then 1 mile. So I thought I was doing a 5K. I overran it because I got confused and maybe I was going to run 5 miles. That's why my first run was weird. Then I ran a mile and a mile because ChatGPT told me I shouldn't be running and it said to chill out. Then I ran a 5K because I was feeling better, even though ChatGPT was being a pussy about it and still told me I shouldn't be running. And then I ran a mile yesterday because ChatGPT was like, seriously, stop doing that. You're going to hurt yourself. So it was just a mile yesterday. My time was 7:50 on that. But then when I ran the 5K, when I ran the first 4 miles, my time was horrible. It got up to 10 minutes a mile. It's bad. He has a GLP sub. Dude, I probably should get one. What I don't get about the GLP, which I recently found out, shout out to you guys for teaching me that it was peptides. Can't you just do a poor man's GLP and just not eat? Like, why is not eating on a GLP like in vogue of like, I'm on a GLP? But then when I was growing up, if you just didn't eat, you had an eating disorder. Like, can't we just call starving yourself a poor man's GLP? Like, what's the difference? On GLP, you just don't eat. If you have the willpower, can't you also choose to just not eat? Like, am I missing something about that? You guys taught me because it was like, can't you just do the same thing? It just feels like the way we're spinning it is slightly different. Actually, I should be paying attention. You guys are distracting me so much. It's so easy to distract a fatty, and that's what I am. That's a little bit of support there. Hang on. Oh, we bounced right off of that. Am I late? I was looking at 300. It's 315. It's called the Survivor Diet. GLP makes you feel sick, so you don't want to eat. Well, I guess without eating. The meth diet. Yeah, I can tell you guys are really into fitness in chat. I can just tell you're really, really into fitness here. Mag 7 is starting to pick up since 9:55. It's 10 a.m. now. Are we going to see the 10 a.m. reversal? Is the 10 a.m. reversal in play today? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. Anyone betting on this 10 a.m. reversal? My son runs track and cross country. He's 16. He runs a sub 5-minute mile. That's really, really impressive. I too was faster when I weighed 130 pounds. I never ever ran a sub 5-minute mile though. Your kid is fucking Usain Bolt. That's awesome. I remember there was kids. If you're really, really good at the high school level, we were talking about this in the Discord the other day. Do I want to take, like, do I think this is going to go? The NASDAQ is curling up. The MAG 7, the S&P 500, we got a hero alert at like 9:52, 9:53, and even the SPY is trying to pick up. We have a higher low. I think I need a bit more patience. I was really thinking about chasing this, but if it gets knocked, I could just get bodied. Looks like we got a decent bounce off of the overnight low. Remember, that's always a strong buy area at 274. So if you took that at 9:54, I didn't like the time because an announcement came out at 9:55. But if you're like, dude, I don't care about announcements, I just played the technicals, that was a good buy. You'd be long at 74. You had a nice pop to, well, honestly, you could be done there. That's a 50-point pop. You could have been in it for 2.5 minutes and you'd already be done today. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. All the momentum is bearish, but SPX here.
Order filled.
Taking a half-size position. Taking a half-size position. 202, 220, 220, 221. All right. Half size. I'm only on 5 micros. I just didn't necessarily want to chase it too bad. And honestly, if it cracks, how are we doing this? How are we doing it? 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 If we crack 57, the current intraday low, I want to go to break even because it could be a double bottom here. We had support, came up, rejected. 320 has to be my risk. All right, let me set up an alert for this breakdown. If it does break, my logical target is 202.75, which is the low from yesterday. There could be a hiccup at 212. I guess that's important to note. But watching this, I really haven't seen enough movement quite yet to go break even. This is roughly where I'm short, around 90. So I want to see if this is a double. If it's a double bottom and starts to go up, obviously I have to cut the position. But I'm just trading the current trend. I was curious if this would get going right around 10, but then I quickly saw a failure. I am short at like 86 or 87. I preferred the fill at 92, but that was just slippage. I really wasn't that far off. But I do currently have a half position size short. I went half because it was a bit chasey. Like we've already just gone so much. It's right around the 10 a.m. hour. It could be a double bottom. So I like the structural setup. I like the risk to reward, not risking that much. Ideally, I'm risking nothing and I attempt to ride it down to 202. But because I wasn't in love with it and I really didn't want to risk full size up to 321, that's exactly why I cut it in half. Would you recommend Top Step? I personally think there's better firms. I might have to cut this, which is why I went half size. RTH VWAP is 334. So it's like halfway up this region. This is exactly why I went half size, because if it fails at RTH VWAP, I can add to it, and I'm not freaking out too bad if I'm wrong on it. It's a quote-unquote reasonable loss. So this is exactly why I went half size.
Connected.
Connected. Once this loads, I just want to look at, I realized I wasn't looking at the order flow properly. Trap sellers, buyers stepping in. Interesting. We're right at the point of control. All right. If this fails at RTH VWAP, which is right here, we're coming up to RTH VWAP. I don't know if it breaks or not. I'm just playing the game of risk reward. I could probably do minimal risk for ideally higher reward. And if you do it with proper sizing, you can survive. If you do it with proper sizing, 36. We're going to see. Let me check options flow really quick. We're right back up into this zone. If you want to trade with me, GoonieTrading.com. Shout out to Vanquish TPT. Where is... Okay, we're coming up to the negative positive gamma. That could be resistance, but that's... SPX is actually looking pretty decent.
Order filled.
Okay, I added to it full size, and I went full size, and I'm just trying to bring my average up. Before my average was 88, I'm trying to now bring it up to 300 by dumping half size at the break even. Let's see if it works. Once again, I'm just looking for a retest of 300 just to manage the position. I was half size, went full size, trying to dump half of my size now at break even to go back to half size, but I'm improving my fill by about 12 points. Let's see if this was the right move or the wrong move. Once again, 300 is my fill, and it would be my new average price. Or we could bounce at fucking 302 and destroy me. Patience, 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 patience. I should have been more aggressive with the entry. Okay, if this recovers here, I think I just need to ditch. Maybe. It didn't really break yet. Just trying to have good positional management. Like I said, trying to get out half at break even at 300 because it improves my average fill from 80, whatever the fuck it was, to 300. So it's about 12-ish points, 15-ish points. And right here, my average fill right now is like 301-ish. I just need a quick little... We got really, really close. It got 302. Technically, it didn't actually hit my break even, which if this is what knocks me out, that's going to be a bit of a bummer, but I'm just trying to be patient with it. Just trying to be patient, trying to not freak out. What was that? 10-minute breakout. Okay, this should get me my fill, ideally. Oh, I saw the flush to 306. We keep getting like super close. And to clarify, what I'm doing here is not some like overreach greediness. I'm literally trying to dump half my size just at break even. I'd rather play half size right now just to wait to see how things play out, especially on an OPEX day. Especially on an OPEX day. Shoot. No way. It got 302, 305. Higher lows, that's not what I want to see at all. The point of control where most volume has been traded at is 320. So we're kind of battling out at POC and RTH VWAP. Come on, just give me my little flush down to 300. Once again, trying to get out half at break even. Just want to play half size for right now. And then I could scale up to full size or more than that if I like the trend from there. Come on. We're getting close. We're getting close. It's right there. Just give me a quick little fill. Quick little fill. No, dude. Oh. Look at the book map. It's going crazy right here.
Order
there
filled.
we go. Okay. So now I improved it. My first fill was at 88. So now I improved it to about 300. So back to half size. Back to about my half size, which is what I want. And then if it starts to bounce off this 300, I could cut it. It'll be a small loss. But once again, I just improved it. We cut our size to half. Just trying to be reasonable. I could honestly So once again, it shows that I'm up, and this is just because of the first in, first out. My average is actually not 314. That's better than it is. My fill is actually 300. Technically like 301 or 302. Matt, thanks again for the reminder yesterday on Tradeify about the flexibility of managing good positions with scaling micros all in on minis. Oh, it's the way to do it for sure. It's not as fun to do it that way, but you will be more profitable scaling in and out. There are countless studies done on it. If you don't believe me, go do a bit of research, but countless studies. Okay, where do I want to? Okay, so for now, I'll leave my risk at 45. That's still at 203. Okay, let's look at these. So my Lucids can run wherever. Tradeifys. All right, I need to do some math. All right, I have to manage them because remember, MFF has 30%, Tradeify has 40%, but Tradeify, I actually just need these to go a little bit more, and then I'm done with Tradeify. Tradeify. I'm just changing the Tradeify targets because I think this is where I'll pass all of them. Come on, can I be fast enough? That was a problem. So for the Tradeify, I just need 200 more bucks. This just needs to say 53, 53, 53, 53. So I'm treating the Tradeifys differently than the other ones just because there's no point in me swinging harder. So I'm roughly going for 37-ish. So we'll throw that up. Come on. Let's see it. Let's see it. Show me the money. 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 Show me the money.
She really gets me high. Bam-a-lam, you know that's no lie. Bam-a-lam, she's so rock steady. Bam-a-lam, and she's always ready. Bam-a-lam, whoa, Black Betty. Bam-a-lam, whoa, Black Betty. Bam-a-lam. Get it.
hell yeah, dude. If this doesn't work, folks, I don't know what will. There's nothing else I could do to influence the market.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
Hell yeah.
And when the band plays,
Hell yeah.
to the chief. Ooh, they point
If
the
you're not
cannon
saying
at you.
America in comments right now, you can get out of chat. If you're not posting the American flag in chat talking about 1776, you could get out of chat right now.
Some folks are born silver spoon in hand. Lord, don't they help themselves, y'all? But when the tax man comes through the door, Lord, the house looking like a rummage sale. Yes, it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son. No. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. No.
Order filled.
Crushed it. No! Off by cents. Fuck. No!
Some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. Ooh, they send you down to war. And when you ask them how much should we give, ooh, the only answer, more. Yo, it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no military son. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son.
I'm like barely off of the profit, like bucks. Like right here, I need $2, $7. That one's good. That one's good. $17. Okay, so I don't need to trade on 23 or 94, so they're good. 23 or 94 is good. 40. You know, let's do this with 02. 20. This one needs $2. This one needs $7. Dude, what's the algo up to these days? Here we go.
Order filled.
Okay, just one more.
Every time I think about it, I want to cry. With bombs in the devil, and the kids keep coming. No way to breathe.
Got it. 53, 53, 53, 53. I just need 8 more bucks on one account.
Order filled.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I win. I win. I win. 53, 53, 53, 53, 53. We crushed it. Crushed it. Crushed it. Crushed it. All right. Shutting down Tradeify. Shout out to Heart. Shout out to Heart.
Wild man's world is crying in pain. What you gonna do when everybody's insane? So afraid of what you're so afraid of you.
got knocked out. We hate to see it. Got knocked out, probably got wicked out if I'm being completely honest. Fuck. I was worried it was going to run up to VWAP and I was going to reload there. Yeah, wicked out. Well, I got green. So I passed all the Tradeifys. I passed all the TPTs. I probably could have managed it a little bit better. Oh, dude. What is with this selection today? It's top tier. Got wicked out. Stuck to my risk. I'm happy with how I traded. Of course, in hindsight, you could always trade perfectly. But with what I had at that time, I think that was really good risk management, trying to look for the flush to 200. Old Kenny here. Maybe it was a good exit, like as in optimal. We're totally getting taken down on this stream. But hey, sometimes you have to go for it. If it helps the chat make money, sometimes it's worth the risk, mi amigo. All right, we're coming up. We had a fake out breakdown. We had support, fake out breakdown, flush, didn't hit the level, bounced early. Fake out breakdowns, by definition, have to be bullish. We cut through the support zone, and now is it going to, well, it was resistance for a little bit. The question is it going to hold it? And its resistance is right above, so you have to kind of be a bit careful here. Okay, we're going right into it. Is this the real McCoy? Is this the real thing? Is this the real thing? Dude, this is holding, man. S&P 500, nothing but consolidation. Another boring day. Maybe a pop up from the 50 EMA to the 100.
Order filled.
Half size short. Mag 7's climbing. NASDAQ. Half size once again. Don't consider it necessarily to be an A+ setup, so I'm not going to rip it full size off the get-go. Also, I might need to re-add, so wanted to go half to give myself. Just basically playing the rejection of the psychological level of 300 and also RTH VWAP, which is where we've been rejected multiple times today. Just because it's happened today, rejections. That doesn't mean it's going to continue by any means. So just trying to play it with reasonable risk. This is not my actual risk. There's a good chance if it pierces 12 or 13 but doesn't come quickly back down, I'll just close it out. I just didn't want it to be one of those like little random wick things. IB is locked in. It is 10:30. IB is locked. SPX 1 minute is pushing the 66. How's our map looking? There is so we're trading at 66. There's negative gamma up to 75 and also kind of down to like 630, so it could kind of push either way from a gamma map. NASDAQ was getting hit, a little bit of a pop since 1017. Mag 7 is actually up today, while the S&P 500 was down, then up, and now trending back down. So the options flow is kind of weird.
You won't have to think twice. She's pure as New York snow. She got Betty Davis eyes.
Any song requests, folks? Any song requests, put them in chat. I need songs that will help my position. Oh, wait, let me pause this. I have a song that might help me make some money. Hang on. Nope, that's the wrong one. Hang on. I paused my 80s playlist there. Hang on. I know the exact song that might help this. I know the exact song that could help this. I feel like this is going to work. You guys don't believe me, but just wait.
Hey. Hey, yo, Sap, what's good, bro? This man's kinda high out here. Hey, yo, the flyest motherfucker in the room. Yeah, you know it's me. Bitches hating on him cause he started out here locally. Hopefully, I'll be at the top soon. For now, I'm at my house on the couch watching cartoons. You know how much you love it when you get it in abundance. Give a fuck about a budget when you always be the subject of discussion. But it's nothing when you stop and just say fuck it cause you walking out in public and you hear him talking rubbish. I just wanna ride through the city in a cutlass. Find a big butt bitch somewhere, get my nuts kissed. That's the way it goes when you party just like I do. Bitches on my dick that used to brush me off in high school. Take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit.
Copyright? Oh yeah, this stream's gonna get murked. We're riding it as long as we can until we get taken down.
Look at all this money. Ain't that some shit? We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have in A&R. We gon' win. You can take the lose or draw. What I'm in. Got these hoes who used to play me in they bras. We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. Take over the world while these haters get mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have. Hop into the car and then we take them to the pad. It's a rap. And motherfuckers think they know me, but they never met the kids. Style come with excellence and money make benevolence irrelevant for the fuckers who never been intelligent. I kill my hand, he break the bottle. bottle for the hell of it. Tell a bitch that she better bring her friends. And if she want an autograph, she better bring a pen. Yeah, the party never end. This life is what I recommend. And if you gotta hope it for me, then she better be a 10. I ain't picky, but these girls be acting tricky when the
I needed to crack 76 here and not be a fake out breakdown.
Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money. Ain't that some shit? We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have in A&R. We gon' win. You can take the lose or draw. What I'm in. Got these hoes
Order
used to play
filled.
me in they bras. We gon' take over the world
Full
while these
position.
haters getting mad.
I just got knocked into a full position.
These haters get mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have. Hop into the car and then we take them to the pad. It's a wrap.
Is it a fake out? All right. I thought that song would help. I'm trying to think. Maybe this song will help. I'm doing what I can, folks. I'm trying.
American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see your glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our head.
Come on, Toby, bring us home.
My daddy served in the army. We lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. Till the day that he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my
Come on,
sister, and
TK.
me to grow up and live
Come on,
in the
TK.
land of the free.
Bring us home, brother. Bring us to 56. Bring us to 256. Bring us to 256. Do you guys remember circa 2001 when he came out with this? And everyone's like, fuck yeah! Fuck. Come on, TK. Let's see it. Hear that chopper going. He's dead now. Yeah, he had, I think, stomach cancer. It was really sad. And he kept performing till like the day he died. What a dude. He's a dude. That guy's a dude. Come on, TK. Bring us to the promised land of 29256. Let's go back to half size. Let's go, TK. Okay, we did crack. We did pierce the intraday low. That should be good for me. But NQ is not necessarily following suit. So SPX hit an intraday low. SPY didn't. Very slight difference. SPX just took an options hit. I'm feeling good. I feel like I just need to have patience. I mean, SPX is getting hit. Mag 7 went flat. NASDAQ is climbing, so maybe that's why the NASDAQ on a relative basis is stronger. I mean, look at this. NASDAQ up since 1017, but SPX dumping since 1027. All right. I'm going to need some suggestions because what I've been playing has clearly not been working. It worked for a second. Am I about to get stomped out? What was that pop? Do we have news on this pop? Hang on. I want to see what's going on before I don't want to get wicked out by something silly here. I need, dude, SPX got, how did I not get a fill on that, man? this is still all pretty. All the momentum, price momentum is bearish. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute. I'm on the right side of momentum. I guess, got close to getting this fill. It just wanted a retest. But what's weird is NQ is catching a little bit of a bid. We're seeing that in the NASDAQ options market. It's been trending up since 1017. Mag 7 has kind of gone nowhere since 1010. And looking at the S&P 500, it's getting hit. Like, how did I not? It hit an intraday low. Maybe this is just a quick reversion test. I think I just need to tough it out. But I also then need to reasonably pick a point of like where I just have to admit I'm wrong. Like, hey man, just you were wrong on it. Clearly we're not at that point because momentum is, I mean, we see the S&P 500 options market is getting hit. SPX just hit an intraday low. NDX is showing a little bit of strength. So maybe I just need to like, could be a retest. This, I think, well, not I think, I know, I could tell you this is what's screwing me. For the past, what time is it? 20 plus minutes, people have been buying calls on NDX. What's weird, though, is it's not happening in the Mag 7. Mag 7's flat, and it's definitely not. The SPY actually took a hit. People bought puts. So we're going to find out who's the leader. Who's the follower? Is SPX leading us lower, or is the NASDAQ going to lead us higher? We are below both VWAPs. We're below all measures of price momentum. I understand if the NASDAQ doesn't want to capitulate to the intraday low, but to not get this wick to just this little fill here, like I just needed a couple more points. Well, this is why you scale in and scale out. So let me think of, okay, if it all goes poorly, if we see this pop right now, how would I actually want to manage this in the most reasonable way? I really don't feel like I'm fighting trend. I'm on the right side. I mean, look at SPX is going. I just need NQ to like fucking get the goddamn memo here, and then I should be good. Okay, what would be a song that could help this? Okay, I think I have an idea. We're digging deep on this.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band.
No,
He
dude,
said,
58.
You grow up,
50 fucking
would you
8.
be the savior of the broken, the beaten and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade.
Shit.
Sometimes
This part won't explain or say I'm sorry. I'm unashamed. I'm gonna show my scar to the chair for all the broken, missing hair. Because it's who we are. Just a man. I'm not a hero. Just a boy who wanted to sing this song. Just a man. I'm not a hero. I don't care. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. And though we are sad, believe me, your memory will carry on. You'll carry on. And though we are again undefeated, carry we will watch as
None of the music I'm picking's working. Maybe we need to go back to our 80s. Is this pop real, or is it just another one that's gonna fail? Climbing.
she'll let you take her home. What's her appetite? She'll lay you on the throne. She got Betty Davis.
Order filled.
She'll take a tumble on you. Roll you like you were dice until you come out blue. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll expose you when she snows you off your feet with the crumbs she throws you. She's ferocious and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. All the boys think she's a spy. She's got
300 is now obviously the battle point. Just looking at this resistance here.
she'll unease you. All the better just to please you. She's precocious and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis.
Okay, in my book, I just care about this 30-point region. Do we come back below 290 or do we push 320? And obviously the fulcrum here is 300 flat. It's now the POC, the point of control. You have 313 is RTH VWAP.
She'll unease you just to please you. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll expose you when she snows you.
Oh shoot, you're right. Payday Friday. Sorry, I got so into this trade. Yeah, we're gonna start Payday Friday. Before I forget, here I'm gonna start it in the Discord now, and then also the Twitter thing. Everyone, hang on. Slash giveaway duration 3 mins. Winner 7 racer. The application did not respond. What do you mean it didn't respond? Fuck. 3 ends 7 racer. Carlbot is down. Okay. What is going on? Why can I not do? I'm getting a weird issue in Discord. Carlbot, the giveaway create is not working. I guess we could do it all from Twitter then. The application did not. I guess Carlbot is like straight up down. Fuck. As I'm dealing with this bullshit play. Hang on. I'm trying to manage shit. I don't want it to get out of hand. All right. I have some of my risk already set. Come on, just fail. It's starting to build up strength, though. You could feel it on this pop. Higher low, higher low, higher low. It's not one of these ones that quickly got faded. I have a shot below 94. I needed to take out 90. Something with Carlbot is broken, so I guess we'll do it all on Twitter. Unless there's another way to do a giveaway. Or we could always push it to Monday. No, that's not right because we did the Twitter post. I have to do it today. I just don't know why it's broken. Okay, yeah, we'll pivot it all to Twitter today. It looks like Carlbot is done. Hang on. Is this finally going my way? 10:52. Okay, RTH, RTH. Fuck. All right. I'm also trying to manage what the hell is going on here. That could just be a higher low. It's trend switching.
Order filled.
Okay, I got out of a portion of my position, but I'm thinking about closing the whole thing. The whole scale in, scale out. I got knocked out of a portion. I'm seeing if it can keep going. I am not by any means risking all the way up here. I'm just getting ready to manually close this if need be. I mean, buyers are stepping in. How many, though? Is it real? ES is catching a bid, without a doubt. I don't know, but it's still resistance on the NASDAQ. Like, this could be fake. I cut a portion just because if I am wrong, I don't want to carry that full size. And I could always re-enter. It's okay to get in and get out of this stuff. But NASDAQ is at clear resistance. I'm wondering if this is the fake out. We'll find out soon. Basically, does it crack 93? Does it crack 93? Okay, we are going to do this. I guess we'll do it all through Twitter Picker. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow on the tweet. We're back at 3. Shit. I'm still sorry. I'm trying to also manage this. So a little fake out. That's brutal. So I got wicked out on that for it to maybe go to 60. It pushed that 90 level. There are buyers at 90 with the book map above. It's 10:54, so we're almost at a new hour.
Order filled.
That was a profit. That's not what I meant to do. So I just scaled out more. I had an old profit target, so now I'm down to 5, which, hey, maybe that was actually the right move, but we'll see. Once again, with scaling in, scaling out, you have a lot more flexibility. So I got wicked out of one. The other one was, so fake out, breakout, fake out, breakdown. Maybe that was a good exit. Which way is this fucking going? It's really battling it in this zone now. We have more higher lows. How's this looking? That's trying to go. I might need to dump it. So I think I just got lucky with that other partial exit. All right, what we're going to do is set my risk to that. It needs, if it makes a new high, I'm out. But the question is, do I want to punt it long? Do I like really think things are shifting? But see how I'm keeping things in control? Like just keeping it reasonable. That's exactly what you need to be doing. Which scaling in and out definitely helps with that.
Order filled.
Okay, knocked out. Okay, not where I want to be. I wanted to keep it under 500. 600 is not bad. I think we just might be officially switching trend. We're right at 331. SPX is showing quite a bit of strength here. Like I said, I don't want to chase it, but I'm curious. I mean, if this is an overshoot, that's just brutal. SPX. We were trending down, but now it's fighting enough that we might be shifting up gears. SPX, okay, here's what happened. Boom, right there at like 1040. Huge rip in the S&P 500. Mags haven't picked up. Nasdaq's up. Okay, options flow is starting to go. It's starting to catch a decent bid here. The question is, will price follow, or is it a little bit of a fake out? Okay. You guys had enough time. Oop. For the giveaway. And what we'll have to do, because the time is, we'll do 2 races next time. 2 races next time, but we're still doing all the prop giveaways today. So there's 10 at Matt _Kohrs. Anyone can be in it. No, you don't have to have tweeted you don't have to have any followers. All right, we are doing the Payday Friday giveaway. We're doing the 10 prop accounts, but for the cash, we'll just do 2 races or something next week. Oh, fuck.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, just wanted to set that up. Just trying to play this flip. I mean, the S&P 500 is really catching a bid. So whatever happened, I mean, I can pinpoint where it changed. Why did it change? I don't know. But the Nasdaq picked up at 1017, kind of front running it. And then everything changed. SPX hard dip to about 1040, ripping. You can't fight that. The trend just switched. Trying to ride the trend initially, just barely off on my points. What was my fill? I was off by 2 points. I think my fill was 56 and I got to 58. That sucks for me, but hey, sometimes that's going to happen in trading. It happens, it happens. But anyway, we're going to do the giveaway. We'll do 2 races next week because we're missing the race now because it is 11. But let's pick these people. Your 5 of you are going to be getting a TPT account. 5 of you are going to be getting a Vanquish account. So shout out to TPT. Today's the last day for this 50% off deal, by the way, on TPT. Last day today. So if you want 50% off, use that code Goonie. Vanquish 20% off. Neither have an activation fee. But please put your hands together. Let me pause this for a second to see who our 10 winners are. 5 are getting TPT. 5 are getting Vanquish. What are we getting? 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 All right. Amanda, J4YD, Mark, Sports Crystal Ball, Parapix, Michael, Putty Man, T. Simo, Brendan, and then Rock Shirth. So shout out to you 10. You all got a prop account. I will be reaching out to you either today or tomorrow, but be a lookout for your DMs because you guys all won something. So, and we'll double back on the races next week. How'd that trade go for me? Oh, I almost hit my first profit target. Almost being the operative word. 52.50. And it hit 50. Dude, is this going to be another one that I missed by 2 points? Is this going to be my second trade of the day missing by 2 points? That would be a bummer for moi. I really, really hope that doesn't happen. I'm going to update my risk a little bit just to be a bit more reasonable about it. But anyway, if you saw your name, you are a winner. Thank you for everyone playing. Like I said, just because of the time, we can't do the extra race today, but don't worry, we will do 2 races next week. I will make up for it. Trading just got the better part of us today. Just so you know, the trend is switching. Here's a look at the daily chart. Nothing too crazy there. Intraday, you can see actually we are right back now to resistance on NQ. I'm curious if it could break that out because if it can, I don't really see much stopping it actually. Just, I mean, you have a somewhere between 390 and 420 would be my breakout target on the next one. And then from there, the intraday high. So the next zone I'd be looking at, and this is a lighter zone, not much has happened there. So of course things can develop, but if we get this breakout of, let's call it 350, and that's a big if, but if that happens on NQ, this would roughly be the zone I'm looking at next, but it's a light zone. So who knows? We could tear like right through it, but that would be my next zone. And the reach target for there would be the intraday high. If you're looking at SPX, we are at the intraday high. You're looking at 685. And then from there, 700 flat. That one's a pretty easy call out. But what happened today? Things were trending down and you could see the exact switch. Mag 7 was up, got flat. You could see when it picked up once again. And then looking at the NASDAQ, you could see exactly what happened. We were bearish to bullish. So this is one of those things. Oh, sweet. I just locked some in and I'm already back to break even. This is honestly a good example of just admit when you're wrong. And I'm saying this not only to you, but I'm saying it to myself. In the world of trading, you're probably going to be wrong about half the time. And this is a good example. And I'm not saying this to preach at you. Like I said, I'm saying it to really remind myself it's okay to be wrong. And generally in trading, when you could be honest with yourself and just admit you're wrong, you can save yourself and get the fuck out and maybe even switch it in from a losing trade. I was down 600 to now I'm break even. Admit when you are wrong. That is the big lesson of the day. Sometimes trends switch. I deeply believe you should be looking to trade with trend, but that doesn't mean the trend always persists. It commonly does persist, but you don't want to be caught with a position when the trend is legit switching and you go from a small manageable loss to an actual blowout. So 2 things to do. Admit when you are wrong, and also even if you think you're right, trade with reasonable size. You saw me like kind of sizing in, sizing out, and trying to manage it because if I was wrong, I just wanted to take it on the chin at a reasonable point and move on with my life. So I actually think even though they ended up netting out my shorts to be losing trades on some of these accounts, I don't mind it at all because look at that. I've already got myself back net green by just admitting I was wrong and just trying to be honest about the data. Say, oh, wow, it was bearish, but look at that. The NASDAQ picking up. That was in the back of my mind. Mag 7 was strong, kind of flat, picked up once again. And then the real like evident thing to me was S&P 500 right here on this, like past this 1045, it was just a rocket. Like you just can't fight that. So I think there was good reason to be bearish this morning, and the market showed that. We got rejected, we puked, rejected, puked, but look at inverse shoulder, head, shoulder. It just never broke down. We just never got that new intraday low, and boom, SPY popped all the way to the intraday high, and now the Qs has distance all the way up to 715. Will it go there? I don't know. It could get rejected here and turn. Yes, that's possible. The way trend switches, it could always switch back, but you just have to be honest about what's going on in real time, and if you happen to have a trade that is the opposite direction of it, just cut it. And if you trade it with reasonable size, the cut shouldn't be that painful. And of course, as you're going up, scale out at the key areas like I just kind of scaled out. I saw that it was VWAP. It could get rejected at VWAP. You could be looking at VWAP and be like, Matt, I see previous rejection. I see we're at VWAP. I want to take this short. You can, and you just have very evident risk. If you take this short at 50, great. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong, but your risk is well defined. It's at 66 on the other side, and I wouldn't fight it just because I see what's happening in the options market. But let's say you didn't have access to that data. You just play the geometry of the chart. Get out if you need to get out, and then other than that, like if you want to flip and play that direction, okay, now your risk is 42, and maybe, just maybe, you could ride it up to, I'm once again looking at this region between 380 and 420 is my next target, and then past that, I'm looking all the way up to 480. So if it can push this zone, this 40-point zone, I'm looking all the way up here on the day. And actually, on that note, I should probably just move mine to break even. You know what I'll do? Is I'll move this up. I'll move it. What was it? 20? That was 417. You know what? Okay, we're going to front run it by a little bit. 415. 415, that's $900. I'm down 300. Yeah, so it's a free play. So either I'm walking away. I could even move mine up now. So I said I'm down 350. I could move it up if I really wanted to this wick low at 342. 342. That's not the worst play. 326. I'm just trying to see where. Okay, so no matter what, I'm taking away about $100 of this. So no matter what, I'm guaranteed green. But if this is a new trend, I'm riding the new trend. So anyway, I just wanted to break it down. I think today that was, if you caught the switch was, it kind of started at 1020. It became more evident around 1040 to 1050, but we went from trending bearish to bullish, and you just don't want to fight it. Like at a certain point, you just have to admit when you're wrong. And generally, when you can legitimately admit when you're wrong, you're going to be better off. It goes against our psychology. It goes against being human. No one wants to like admit that they're wrong, but you kind of just need to. So right now, someone's asking for the SPX levels. We're trading at 480. There is a big positive gamma node at 685. There is also a hedge wall right here. So there's a hedge wall at 90, but there's a larger gamma influence at 85. So please pay attention to that. If it gets rejected there, no one should be surprised. If we break out there, your evident target would be 7,700. So if you're riding ES or SPY or SPX, in my opinion, this zone 85 to 90 is like a reasonable scale out, like maybe taking some of it, and then maybe you want a rider up to 700. I don't know if I'd be like, oh, I'm chasing it right here. I'm going to enter here and pray it keeps going, because as I'm showing you, it's a huge positive gamma wall. So maybe it breaks, maybe it doesn't. But that's the beauty of scaling, is you could take some of your profits off the table at a key level. So I'd be looking at 85 next, and from there, my next bullish target would be 700. And honestly, given the fact that it's already 1110, if we push to 700 today, I'd just take that profit and move on with my life, just because this is now positive gamma, and it could reverse here, and we could fall back through negative gamma. That's a possibility. Right now, based on the strength in the options flow, it's slowing down, but that was a big pop. But anything can happen. You never know the updates of Canada and the US and that type of stuff. We don't know if we're going to get an update on Tehran. You don't know if there's going to be some other random update. We don't know if maybe Basent's going to say something about bonds or yield. So of course there's a lot of unknowns, but just commenting on what we have right now, we know there's a key resistance at 85. If that breaks and becomes support, you're looking at 700. If this just straight up rejected, we could still be talking about 7,650 today. There is not negative gamma beneath. SPY had a huge push as if someone knew something, and now it's just kind of going flat. Mag 7 nicely trending up. NASDAQ nicely trending up. So options flow did switch from being kind of bearish, not the most bearish, but kind of bearish to obviously bullish. If you're looking at flow, 1 minute is now bullish, 5 minutes breaking out, 10 minutes breaking out, 30-minute recovered on the bullish side. Looking at the NASDAQ, 1 minute's bullish, 5 minutes going to be testing at 380, coming back to that key level where the zone was that I recommended. And then the 10-minute breaks out at 406. So the 5, the 10, and the 30-minute on the tech sector have some distance to make up, but the S&P 500 as of now is representing a lot of strength. So I do believe it kind of comes down to what's the reaction at 85. That's kind of what I care about there. And if I get knocked out, I'm making some money, but I do like that I got it on the right side of the trend. And for those of you who are maybe just order flow traders, you're obviously just watching VWAP. Is this going to break down here at 42? Or do we break 68 next? I would assume for a lot of you is an important way to look at this. Like, it might just be ping-ponging between the two VWAPs, between 54 and 15. We've seen that many, many times before. So bulls are putting up a fight right now. Will there be follow-through? Hey, your guess is as good as mine. Just try to get on the right side of trend, and whatever you use to measure trend, if the trend switch, you got to get out. I highly recommend scaling in, scaling out. And it's not as sexy, it's not as fun, it doesn't get your blood going as much, but it is proven many times over, both in research papers, by Wall Street, and anecdotally with thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of retail traders, that scaling is going to be a better way to interact with the market. So just wanted to share that with you. That's what I have for you today. I have some dad duty stuff to do, so I'm going to drop to go do everything I should be doing to attempt to be a good father. But you guys have my target levels. You guys know what I'm doing. You know that I'm basically break even right now. You know I passed all the TPT. You know I passed all the Tradeify. I'm trying to max out the MFF. I would love to go up $900 on them today. That's the max. And the LFFs, these are all funded, so there's no cap. So I'm attempting to make as much money as I possibly can on those. So that's the plan. Remember, it is OPEX. You have the levels. Shout out to everyone who participated in Payday Friday. I appreciate all the good vibes. I appreciate everything you guys, all the participation throughout the week. I hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend. And other than that, we're going to be posting content over the weekend, and we'll be streaming once again on Monday. And remind me next week, I do owe you 2 different races. Maybe we'll run one of the races on Monday and then the next one on Friday, something like that. We'll figure it out. But most importantly, I hope you guys crush the market. I appreciate all the good vibes. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Have a fun and safe weekend. Peace.